Hello my friends, it is that time again where we are going to be doing some spring cleaning. So I hope this video can motivate you to get some spring cleaning done around your house. We're going to start out the night before what I was making for dinner, just because I simply wanted to share my homemade potato wedges that are extremely easy to make, and all of my kids absolutely loved them. So we are going to be pairing that with some sliders. I'm just going to be boiling some chicken, shredding it up, adding some barbecue sauce, and putting those in some rolls. Then we're going to move on to our potato wedges. So I'm going to wash off my potatoes, chop those up into wedge shapes. Then we are going to add all of those into a bowl with some oil, some chili powder, some salt, and some pepper. And you're just going to mix that up really good and pop that right into the air fryer. You can also make these in the oven, but they are so delicious and so easy. But I cooked mine in the air fryer on 400 degrees. I put them in for 15 minutes and then I turn them, and then you do another 10 to 15 minutes just until your potatoes are done and tender all the way through. You can test them with a fork or just simply bite into one. But they are so yummy and so simple. So after I decorate for St. Patrick's Day, which I don't go all out, I just have a few pieces of decor, which I shared in my last video, it just really sets my mind and my mood into the spring spirit, and I am ready for that warm weather. I'm ready to get my spring cleaning done and decorate for Easter. Usually I like to get my spring cleaning started around the end of February or the beginning of March, though it is still winter. The first day of spring isn't until like March 20th, and April the 20th is Easter. So I'm just excited to start thinking about my spring decor and get those Easter bunnies set around, even though we are going to remember the reason for the season. Jesus is the reason for the season. He died on the cross for our sins and our salvation, and he rose on the third day. So always make sure that you are teaching your kids the true meaning of Easter, and it's not just all about the Easter bunnies and the Easter baskets. In one of my next videos, I will be sharing a spring decorate, and I'm also going to be sharing what is in my kids' Easter baskets. I went ahead and snatched all of that up early. If you do it early, you get the good stuff, so keep that in mind when you are doing your Easter baskets this year. Same goes for stocking stuffers or anything really. The early bird gets the worm when it comes to things like that, so keep that in mind and make sure you are being the early bird. The two things that set my day off right is making my bed and getting my laundry started for the day. And if I procrastinate or I'm just too lazy to make my bed, then I feel like my day is less productive. I feel like I'm less motivated to do things. And I'm always asked, how am I motivated to get up and get things done? And honestly, starting is always the hardest part. Getting started is always going to be the most difficult thing. You're never going to want to get up and clean, or I don't anyways. I never sit on the couch, relax, thinking, I want to clean today. I just have to get up and start. So I wanted to share a quick little spring and summer haul for my 3-year-old. My other kids still have some clothes that will fit them, but I'm still going to get them some new outfits. But as far as my 3-year-old, he was in size 24 months 2T last year, and he's in 3T this year, so he has like no shorts. So I picked up these adorable outfits from Bell's Outlet, and I mostly wanted to focus on getting shorts because he has a drawer full of jeans that are left over mostly from my other son. And I did buy him a few new pairs of jeans from Children's Place, but for the most part, all of his jeans were hand-me-downs from my other son. So that is always so helpful. So we're going to go ahead and get that laundry started. We are focused on towels today. I love this laundry sorter. I've got towels in one. The middle is my boys' clothes, and to the right is my girls' clothes, which I also need to get their laundry done. But I do just try to focus on getting that one load a day done. I did end up washing my girls' clothes and putting those in their room. My girls are old enough to fold and put away their own clothes, which is always really nice whenever your kids reach an age where they are able to do more and do their own laundry. So we are going to head into the living room, and this is a spring cleaning video, but before we can get any spring cleaning done, we have to do everyday cleaning. And so we are going to start off by building a little couch with the new foam blocks that we received, and these are so fun. The kids love to take their pillows, blankets, and stuffed animals and just make forts and stack them up and do things with them. So I thought they would love these foam blocks to stack them up, build things. You can turn it into a little couch. It is so cute and so comfy, and they all love it. It's also really easy to maintain and clean. The covers come off, so you can toss those right into the washing machine. If y'all are interested in the foam blocks for your little one by Frolic and Fun, I will have them linked down below in my description box. As far as the spring cleaning, we're going to be focused on the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. Mostly just the living room and the kitchen. I didn't do very much spring cleaning in the dining room other than wiping down the mirrors and typical everyday cleaning and mopping the floors. So we are going to start off in the living room. I'm just going to tidy up the living room, get all the toys picked up. I want to get some cute baskets to go underneath my coffee table, but I'm afraid to order some and they're the wrong size, or they don't fit, or they just look funny. So I've been looking at Goodwill and just trying to keep my eye open at the store whenever I'm looking at baskets and organizers, trying to find something that would look really cute under the coffee table to store our blankets. But I am going to be cleaning our ceiling fan. It is caked in dust. And I'm going to be cleaning our blinds and wiping down the windowsills, cleaning behind the couches. For the most part, every once in a while, I do try to make sure I'm sweeping out any toys and dust from behind the couches. And y'all, these couches are so easy to keep clean. The cushions don't come off, so I don't have to worry about taking the cushions off and cleaning underneath them. And the cracks are not very deep, so with my crevice tool and my vacuum cleaner, I just kind of go through the cracks and vacuum out the remote container. And if there's anything, like you can see here next to the cup holders, there's a little spot from my toddler, probably banana. I can just wipe that off so easy. These are pleather, they're not leather, so they are really, really easy to wipe down. And if my kids spill something on them or the sippy cup leaks on them, it just kind of puddles up instead of absorbing into the couch. So that's really awesome. It's so easy to keep clean and wipe down. With kids, this is the couch. That pleather material is what I want when it comes to being a mama with little kids. So let's go ahead and use my vacuum cleaner duster tool, and I'm just going to go across the blinds. And by the way, you guys, if you've got kids, I highly recommend these types of blinds for your house. They are cordless. You just push them up and down. You like pull them down and push them back up. You don't have to worry about that dangerous cord. I am so scared of those cords around kids. And we have lived in places with the cord on the blinds in rental homes, and I just take the cord and just kind of tuck it into the very top of the blinds so that my kids can't reach them, and make sure it doesn't fall down. But if we are going to be purchasing blinds, these are the ones I'm going to choose, is the cordless ones. And we actually purchased blinds, y'all, for our entire house, and my husband just never finished putting them up, simply because he should have got them cut at Home Depot. When we got them at Home Depot or Lowe's, but we should have went ahead and got them cut. It's a free service. They'll cut them down to length, but he's like, oh, I can just do that at home. He has the tools for it. The problem is, he said it's so much work to cut them down to size, and he just never finished. So we only have blinds in the living room and the dining room. He never put them up in the kitchen or in our bedrooms. We just have curtains up on the other windows. So we never finished putting our blinds up, but maybe he will get around to that one day, or we'll just save them for our next house, our forever home that we end up buying. We would love to purchase this home that we are in now, but it's just a rental, so we are not sure. We're very unsure of the future of where we're going to end up and all that, but we really want to purchase a home and have our forever home that we can do things to. I am itching to change the bathroom vanities in our bathrooms and all sorts of things, but I'm trying to hold back and not do things like that in this rental home. Even though our landlords are so laid back, they literally do not care what we do as long as we're taking care of it. But I'm going to go ahead and clean this window with a big smiley face, sunshine. I love to draw pictures with that sprayway cleaner. It's my favorite glass cleaner. I like to use it on my stainless steel too. But y'all have to let me know what you use for glass cleaner and what you're loving. I have been using the sprayway for years, and it is definitely my go-to and my favorite. I'm also wiping down the baseboards as I can reach them, as the couch is pulled out, as I can bend down and get to them. As far as behind my TV, I do try to sweep up underneath my entertainment center and the bookshelves often and get the toys out from under there. Toys get under there like every single day. And as far as cleaning the baseboards behind the TV, all of that is just so heavy that I'm not going to get to that, which I do reach back there with the broom and with my mop, and I try to get the baseboards the best way that I can, so it is kind of taken care of. But I feel like spring cleaning can go on and on and on for days and days and days, and you still won't feel done because there's always so much to do and there's always something to clean. Even when I was finished with this video, there's still so much that I could think of that I could clean, but you can only do so much in a day, so just keep that in mind and don't try to overwork yourself. So as far as my ceiling fans, I just take my dust attachment on my vacuum cleaner and just kind of suck up that dust, and then I'll go back over it with some wood oil or some kind of cleaner and a microfiber cloth and just really deep clean it and get all those cracks and crevices where that dust is. We're going to also go over the lights and the light fixture and just get this fan looking squeaky clean and brand new again. One of my biggest tips for keeping a clutter-free home and a clean home and an easy to clean home is to not collect clutter. And it's okay to have decor sitting out and things sitting out. I don't like to be completely bare and minimal where you don't even have decor out. I like to look at decor. I think it's pretty. I think it's fun to decorate with. It's a creative outlet for me to set decor out. But as far as cluttering my shelves or putting just too much little small knickknacks around, it makes it incredibly hard to dust. Unless it's like seasonally, like if it's Christmas decor and you've got lots of little knickknacks you want to sit around, you can dust before you set it out and then dust after the season, and that's fine. But as far as everyday decor, I know that some people will have things sitting around their house that they never move and it just sits there and collects dust, and I am highly allergic to dust and dog dander. I'm allergic to dogs, so I have to be careful with how much dust accumulates in my house or I will be sneezing like a mad woman. And it also makes me cough. It irritates my throat, it irritates my eyes get all itchy and irritated, and my oldest daughter is like that too. So I try to make sure that we are living in a dust-free home. And I read something the other day, you guys, if you're feeling overwhelmed by toys, just remember that imaginative play usually ends around age 11 and slows down around age 7 and 8, Both of my girls quit playing with Barbies and baby dolls around age 6 to 7. They would kind of play with them here and there. They would kind of have a want for them, but then they would never really play with them once they had them. And they do still play with toys and some things, but they never run into their room and destroy the bedroom with toys anymore. They kind of get something out, play with a little bit, and put it back up, and it's not like it used to be. I don't know if that makes any sense, but both of my boys still will pull toys out and go crazy playing with stuff. But my 7-year-old and my 6-year-old, they play together, but they mostly like to play like hide and seek and imaginative play as far as going outside and coming up with games to do. And they will still play with toys here and there together, but both of my boys still really play with their toys. Like, my boys are still really into the monster trucks and the Hot Wheels cars and all of those things. But as far as my girls, like my youngest girl, she is going to turn 8 this summer, and she's like more into makeup and fashion and dresses and clothes, and she loves to go shopping. Like, if you took her shopping, she has so much fun digging through the clothes and trying to find like a brand new dress that she can wear to church. She loves to go shopping. My teenager doesn't care as much about shopping as my 7-year-old, but she still enjoys it. And they like to go to the nail salon and things like that. So just if you're feeling overwhelmed with the toys all over the floor, that's something that I have to tell myself, is that, you know, it's just a short phase, and, you know, eventually they don't really want to play with all these toys. So keep that in mind when you're feeling overwhelmed, because I know that I definitely feel overwhelmed often with all the toys scattered all through my home. So we're going to move into the kitchen, and first things first, we've got to take care of the dishes, the clutter all over the counter, and do maintenance, everyday cleaning before we can get to the spring cleaning. And y'all, I love to use this Mrs. Meyer's lemon scented all-purpose cleaner. It smells so good for just like an everyday scent, and it's something that I buy year-round. I do like to buy the fun scents for holidays, but as far as just an everyday scent, that lemon, any kind of lemon all-purpose cleaner or lemon scented is the perfect kitchen cleaner, or just the perfect neutral cleaner for your entire house. If you have been too busy today to pray or to read your Bible, I just wanted to really quickly say a quick prayer with you. Lord, I thank you for waking me up this morning. I pray that you keep me and my family safe, as well as strangers and people that I don't know. Please forgive my mistakes and calm my mind. Where there is faith, there is love. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is God. Where God is, nothing is lacking. God, I put 2025 in your hands. God, we love you. Amen. Speaking of my favorite cleaners, one that I absolutely love is this Gain dish detergent. I don't use Gain laundry detergent, even though I love the smell of it, simply because I feel like the Purex is just cheaper and it still does an amazing job. But I love the Gain scented dish soap, as well as the Gain scented fabric softeners and the Gain laundry detergent. I also love the Mr. Clean products. I like the multi-surface cleaner and the Clean Freak. And as far as bathroom cleaners, I really love the Foamtastic. It goes on like a dark bluish purple, and when the surface is clean, it color changes to white to let you know that the surface has been cleaned, and all you have to do is wipe it down. But I have a handful of favorite cleaning products, and I'm sure that I can think of more, like the Sprayway is another favorite, but I have some that are just my go-to. If y'all would like to hear more about that, maybe I can talk more about it in another video. Maybe I could share my favorite cleaning cleaning supplies of all time, everything that I just love to use, or maybe pros and cons of things I do like and I don't like. Let me know if y'all would be interested in hearing more about that. I don't want to blab too much about it if no one cares about what my favorite cleaning products are. But I wanted to go ahead and pretty much move everything off of the countertops and wipe it all down, wipe the wall down if there's anything splattered on it. And I'm also going to kind of rearrange the coffee bar just a little bit. I wanted to move my canisters over there in the corner instead of over to the edge of the counter. So I just kind of stuck those on the cutting board in the corner and just kind of changed it up a little bit. And a lot of times you can change things out without buying anything new and just make the space look new and different with things that you already have. And y'all, as far as my toddler, we do homeschool, preschool homeschool. We do morning activities. He has lots of puzzles and hands-on things that he can do in the background, but you will see him on his tablet and on his TV more than he usually is. On this day, if you see him on his tablet, carrying his tablet around, or I have the TV on, I've got cartoons and movies on today, because any days that I just have a day full of cleaning where I need him to be occupied, I just leave the TV on, leave the movie on. He doesn't sit in there in front of the TV for hours watching it. It's just kind of background noise. He'll sit on the couch and watch it for a minute, and then he'll get down and run to his bedroom and play with his fire truck or something, and then bring some toys in the living room and play, and then sit on the couch and watch a little bit more of it. And a lot of times he'll just carry his tablet around, and it's kind of background noise too. It's just got like little videos on it, or sometimes he'll sit down and play games on it. But you know, when you don't have help, you're there by yourself and you're trying to get your house clean, get your laundry done, get things done, you have to make a way. And if you have all of the electronics off and your baby gets bored of his puzzles or his toys and he's standing under you wanting you to hold them, then you can't get anything done. So you know, you just got to do what works for you, what works for your family, and just roll with it. And that's what works for us on these busy days. But usually I will turn the TV on in the morning time, give them tablet time in the mornings, then I turn it all off. We'll go outside, or we'll do our morning activity. We will do some puzzles, or, you know, encourage him to just go play with his toys and not just sit in front of the TV all day. But when I have that one day like this where I'm just cleaning all day or trying to get a video done, or sometimes when I'm editing, you know, you just got to do what works and what keeps your kid occupied. I can't tell you how many times I have gotten comments where people are worried about what my toddler's doing, and they think that he's just sitting around all day, all the time, when I film these kind of videos twice a week and then I edit them twice a week. So that's 4 days out of my week that I am working, and I do take care of my toddler. I do make sure that he is getting an education. We are working in his scholastic books and doing hands-on learning. So don't worry about my kid. Worry about yourself. That's just what you got to do, is just worry about yourself. Don't worry about watering somebody else's grass. Worry about watering your own. So I wanted to kind of deep clean the top of my stove. Instead of just spraying it and wiping it down, I really wanted to give it a good scrub. And anytime I scrub my stovetop, I like to use my Scrub Daddy. It just really gets anything that is stuck on off. And sometimes I have to use my scraper, but for the most part, my Scrub Daddy does a really good job. And so we got that all clean and shiny. We're going to take everything off of the right of the stove and the left of the stove, get those countertops completely clean. And it smelled so good in my house, y'all, by the end of this day. I'm also going to be wiping down the top of my pantry and the top of the fridge. I struggled so long with how to decorate the top of my pantry. I always tried to put decor up there and just try to work with things, and I never really completely loved how it looked up there, but I found out that it just looks good with the 2 baskets up there that I use for storage and a little plant up there, and I'm just going to leave it like that. So we're headed back now. We're going to go ahead and flip that laundry over. I had the girls' laundry in the dryer, so I'm going to go stick that in their room for them to fold when they get home from school. I'm going to toss these towels in the dryer, which they honestly stayed there until the next day. I didn't fold them until the next day, which that is completely fine. We got that laundry done for the day, and the next day is a new day where we will start more laundry. So I wanted to go ahead and wash my mop head. I love the O-Cedar mop head. We're just going to throw in some OxiClean, get that mop head super fresh and clean, because we are going to be mopping my cabinets with it. And that is the easiest way to get my cabinets clean, is just to mop them with my O-Cedar. And while I was back here switching over the laundry, I wanted to go ahead and just kind of throw all the toys in the basket. And my main focus of today was not to come in here and organize and deep clean in the boys' room. So we're just going to throw all those toys over in the corner, which, y'all, by the way, I need to put some of those toys up or do some kind of toy rotation with these. I've got a lot of toys in the closet and baskets baskets for the toy rotation, but I need to put a lot more stuff up because there's too much out, honestly, and it just looks so cluttered and messy. But that is for a new day. So we're gonna head back into the kitchen and take care of all these boxes. I had so many boxes piled up in my kitchen and in my dining room. I'm just gonna take those and just kind of throw them out back. And I know this is the part where if you have a garage, you just toss them all into your garage until you have time to go out there and break them down and do something with them. But for now, we're just gonna throw all of these out back and take care of those later. And by the way, it was a gorgeous day on this day. This whole week was beautiful weather, like in 70-degree weather, like the upper 60s and 70s. So nice all week. And so I had 2 totes. One of the totes was my Valentine's decor, so I'm just gonna go stick that on the back porch so when my husband gets home he can go put it in our building. This other tote is my spring decor. I will be decorating for spring and Easter soon, so we're just gonna go slide that in the other half of the house until I can get to that. Let's finish tidying up, and we are gonna do some deep cleaning, some spring cleaning, and I am just so relieved with having all that I got done today done. It feels so fresh, so clean, and ready for spring, ready for that warmer weather. And I can't wait to get out there in my garden, you guys, and plant some flowers. The King Trident looking hooks that were just on top of my refrigerator are actually marshmallow roasting skewer hook things where you stick marshmallows on them and hold them into the fire pit, and I didn't really know where to put those because we usually keep them out in my husband's building until we are using them. So I just washed them and had them sitting on top of the refrigerator, so I just went ahead and put those on the back porch so we can get those put away in the building. I wanted to go ahead and wipe down the baseboard over here next to the cat's food and water. Even though I do hit up my baseboards with the O-Cedar mop, I love the mop so much. I have talked about how much I love my O-Cedar mop. I can turn it to the side, scrape the floor. I can hit up the baseboards. I can reach up on the top of my cabinets with it. So we're just waiting on my O-Cedar mop head to get finished with that OxyClean in the washer, and we are going to get some mopping. But I wanted to come into the dining room. Jackson was eating a Pop-Tart and watching something on his tablet. So there was little rice blocks all over the floor, and the activity cabinet is out of hand again. No surprise. So we're going to go ahead and put everything back inside the cabinet. There was some more boxes piled up in here, and then over here to the corner we just have some boots and shoes, which I'm just going to leave those there. I've also got a black mat under the activity cabinet that's got more shoes on it. The mat is supposed to be 4 shoes. I ended up moving my cookbook and my stand over here on this activity cabinet. I'm not sure if it's going to stay there. I just kind of put it there because I didn't know where else to put it. But I'm going to go ahead and clean the windows. There was stuff splattered all over this window. I don't even know what it is. There was some brown stuff splattered up here that I had to scrape off, but I wanted to get these windows cleaned today. There wasn't really like dead bugs or anything in the windowsills because anytime I see those, it grosses me out so bad that I go ahead and take care of it immediately. Also, my cats like to get up and sit in the windowsills and look outside, so I do try to keep the windowsills pretty clean. But as far as up here on the top halves of the windows, I haven't cleaned these in a while, so we're gonna go ahead and clean them. And Luna was so cute sitting in the window. The sun was actually coming in through that window, so it was really warm right there, so she was sunbathing. And y'all, I have a big old package in my dining room. It's just kind of slid against the wall right there. But in my last video, I actually deep cleaned that wall. I sat in the floor, I scrubbed the wall and the baseboard down, and it's all squeaky clean right there. So I'm not really too worried about cleaning that area. I am, however, worried about mopping the floor in here and just getting it just clean. And this is more of not really a daily clean, but I do vacuum around in here. But anytime I push the table over like that and push the chairs out of the way is when I'm gonna mop. Usually if I'm just vacuuming, I just come in here and just kind of go around the table. But anytime I'm mopping, I'm gonna push that table over and push the chairs to the other side. I kind of mop half, and then I push the table back, push all the chairs back, and then I mop the other half. And that's just how it works for me to clean that tiny little dining room. So we have a fresh, clean O-Cedar mop head. We're gonna pop that on and put it in the Mr. Clean multi-surface cleaner. This stuff smells amazing. We are going to go mop the dining room and the kitchen. In my last video, I had mopped down my hallway and in the living room. I try to not mop my living room floors, that wood floor in there, too much because I don't want it to bubble up or damage it. So my hardwood floors and the laminate floors, we only mop that every so often. I will just kind of spot clean it and just kind of mop it every once in a while. But my tile floor in my bathroom and in the kitchen and dining room gets mopped very often, especially in the kitchen, you guys, because there's always crumbs and food and stuff getting splattered all over it. So I mop in my kitchen and dining room at least once a week, but usually about once or twice a week. And if you have never tried to mop your upper cabinets, it is literally the easiest way to clean your cabinets. It works so good for me anyways. I'm going to mop my top and bottom cabinets. We're also going to mop the pantry. And if you do this, I would suggest washing your mop head, or make sure you are using a clean mop head, one that has not been on the floor. Use a clean mop head to clean your cabinets with. If you look behind me, you'll see that I got the cats a new food and water bowl set up, and I love it so much. I love that wood tone color because I have lots of wood tones and the baskets and that just style throughout my house, and I feel like it matches so much, and I love that it keeps their water and food elevated and off the floor, and so we don't just have the food and water sitting directly on the floor. But the original one that I bought was pink for Luna because she's a girl, but then we got our little rescue Helios, and he's a boy, so I didn't want them to have that pink water bowl when we have a boy and a girl cat, so I just went ahead and changed it out. But I do honestly love it so much more than the pink one, and it is a really good quality because it's wood. But I found that over at Bell's Outlet, and I love it. Y'all, there was so much broken down cardboard behind my trash can that really needed to be taken off, but my husband just kept forgetting about it. He's the one that takes the trash off because we do not have trash service. Sometimes people will be rude and be like, why don't you just take the trash out? Why do you wait for your husband to do it? Why don't you just take it out? And girl, like, we don't have trash service. We don't have the trash truck that comes to the end of our driveway. My husband has to take it off and put it in his vehicle and take it off to the dump. So he does that. And so I just try to manage with the cardboard and break it down and just store it behind the trash can. But we had so many boxes and cardboard just piled up that I had to get it out of the house. I was tired of looking at it, so we did get that out of the house. We did take care of it later on. So I'm going to go ahead and clean around the trash can. It gets nasty over here because my kids try to dump their own plates and it just goes everywhere. So I do try to keep that swept up, but it just gets out of hand sometimes. We're going to go ahead and use my stainless steel cleaner and polish and wipe down the trash can, and also wipe down my other stainless steel appliances. We're going to wipe down the fridge and the dishwasher, and everything that is on the front of the fridge I just moved over to the side, or I'll just take it down. Like the I love you to pieces pictures that my kids made, I'm actually going to keep those and go put those away with their totes of their special sentimental items. I do like to keep those cute special things. I try to not keep everything, but I do try to keep those special things, and I just have a tote where I store all of that in. But I love the look of a clean, clutter-free refrigerator without a bunch of stuff all over it. It's okay if my kids want me to display their artwork. Sometimes I don't mind doing that, but I don't like to put a bunch of pictures and just stuff all over it where it makes it hard to clean or just looks super cluttered. So I wanted to give y'all a quick reminder of the before. This was the living room and this was the kitchen, and then I'm going to share the afters. It looks and feels and smells so much better. Thank y'all so much for stopping by and watching today's video. I hope you are leaving feeling super motivated. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in my next one. I upload new videos every Monday and most Wednesdays, but come back by next week for some more cleaning motivation. I'm going to be sharing some more spring cleaning and some Easter and spring decor, so definitely make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.